Hey, Amarudontv, what's up, brother?
How you doing, sir? It's been a while.
I'm good, man. Everything is good.
I mean, how do you feel about your approach now with rap? Because it seems like you're the one who really is going for it the most.
I just feel like, it's been, a long time in the game, and I've been on a lot of projects, but I feel like I'm underrated. I only got to drop one project, in the middle of everything going on with Interscope and us being in the middle of leaving Interscope. It just feels like, I just feel like underrated, man. I just feel like I gotta work harder to show them that I actually could rap and why I love hip hop. It's not just for the money or, I'm a hip hop head. Back in the days listening to Run DMC to the tape pop. You know what I'm saying? And I love hip hop. I remember my friend Bobby from across the street had turntables. You know what I mean? And my mom, she was Haitian, so she used to trip over us playing the music on the side. So we used to have to go back to his house.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got a love for hip hop, man. And sometimes, I feel like June is underrated in the whole because of all the beef we had.
Yeah.
It's never been about beef for us. It is what it is. We just say, what we feel at that time. You know what I'm saying? The Fifth got beef, we all had beef. That's how it's always been. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just feel underrated a little bit. So I feel like, we got to go extra harder and show them that, I can actually rap. And when you're in the studio with a dude like Rory Banks with all them punchlines, it make you go harder. You know what I'm saying? We got 50 hours. I just go hard, man.
Yeah. Do you feel like because you were incarcerated when everything popped off that you've always been having to play kind of like catch up?
Yeah, of course I feel like that because, but the free Yayo thing is what kept me, going while I was in prison. Because, the appreciation from 50, Banks, Buck, as well as Eminem wearing the shirt, that's what made it big. That's what kept me going. But yeah, I felt like, a lot of stuff was going on at the time of me dropping my album. We signed Mob D, we signed MOP, Mace came. A lot of things started happening because Gino was at his pivotal point at one of the biggest points ever in the rap game. We was the biggest thing in the game at that time. So it was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of artists for me. But, I feel like, having one album that went platinum was good for me. I wasn't mad or nothing like that because I was on so much other projects. Like, I'll be on Lloyd Banks' project. I was on the Game project. I was on Buck project. I've always been on 50 albums. And, I've been dropping the mixtapes for so long, the mixtapes started feeling like albums.
Yeah.
I was dropping.
What is actually the transition like from being from the streets to going into corporate in terms of the music industry? What's that transition like for you?
Honestly, I still feel the same. I just feel like, one thing that I can say about 50 is like when you're in a position where you blow up, it's hard for you to stay in the neighborhood and not get killed. That happened to Freaky Ty. He was one of the coolest dudes in my neighborhood. But staying in the neighborhood got him killed. So it's like, the biggest thing for me, I feel like we still all the same, but I just feel like when you're out the hood, it's a big difference, you know what I mean? But I still feel like in heart, we still the same. We still go to our neighborhoods and stuff like that. But corporate, the transition from the streets to being corporate, I think you're walking on eggshells. You got to be careful of what you say and how you talk to people in the industry and these interviews because the whole world, you don't want to say the wrong thing and offend anybody, color, sexual preference. You just got to be easy, and that's why I think they had media training was early. But I never was with the media training thing, man. Yayo got to be me. Like I got to be me. I can't be media trained by anyone, bro.
You've been through a lot within the industry, and I know that things be happening away from music may have somewhat held you back, whether it's court cases, whether it's people, with the whole situation with your mum, but with the shooting. But in those moments, how are you able to focus on actually creating music when everything outside of music is?
Yeah, it was hard for me, but with that whole situation with my mom, that was a real hard situation for me because that's when the rap shit turned real again. I had feds knocking on my door trying to subpoena me. Luckily, my lawyer had me not go, so that's cool for me. You know what I mean? Because how it works in the federal system, if they know you're not going to cooperate, they're not going to put you on the stand. So, you know, I had federal agents knocking on my door, my lawyer's door. It's a lot of street stuff that I go through, but I don't try to glorify it. It's the shit that I went through. You know what I mean? Because people in the streets or in jail, they don't want to be in the streets or in jail, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in the streets, it was my dream to do what we do. You know what I mean? Like, and take care of our kids and not have to take risks and risk your life, you know, to actually put food on the table for your family. Because a lot of people that do stuff, they don't want to do stuff. They just want to take care of their family and make a living. They don't know how to. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I respect about 50, because his business mind made all of us money. You know, anybody could rap, but you got to have a business mind in this business. You know what I'm saying? And 50 had that since Columbia Records.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since Columbia Records, he had the business mind for it. He wasn't just a rapper. You know what I mean? And I just feel more blessed than anything because, man, I'm supposed to be dead or in jail, man. As well as 50, as well as Banks. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one in the group that haven't been shot. Knock on wood.
God forbid, yeah.
But it's like, I just look at it as a blessing, man. Because success doesn't come in the masses, man. Only a couple of people in life are going to be successful. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, I look back, I wake up in the morning, I'm making my son his lunch. I'm just happy that, you know, I got nice houses, I have cars, I flew the world, I've been to London, I've been to Paris, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Italy, I've been to Rome, I've been to Africa, all parts of Africa. And, you know, I tell people, like, one of my biggest experiences is walking in the cell that Nelson Mandela was locked up in.
Wow.
You know, like, that's on Robben Island, and, you know, a political prisoner, he did about 18 years for a bombing in Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's just a wild experience, the experiences that I had in life. Like, that's one of my wildest experiences.
Now,
it's like, and then, you know, what's crazy is I went to bed, I overslept, and 50 of them got to meet Nelson Mandela. And I was upset, like, damn, man, how the fuck I get to miss meeting Nelson Mandela? You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, bro.
That's crazy. Even for that opportunity to even present itself.
Right. But for me to be in his cell and be in Robben Island and see what Nelson Mandela went through, like me being a hood dude from Southside Jamaica 134, I would never think that, you know, I'm going to actually go see where Nelson Mandela was locked up at. You know, and meet political prisoners that was a part of his cause and fought for what they believe in. You know, that's the best thing about music. I think the women, I think the fans come and go. I can't say every fan, because some fans, the diehard fans, they're like family.
Yeah.
Family, they don't go nowhere, no matter how it gets, and I respect that. And I look at them as family. There's some fans out there that'll take a bullet before your friends or your family. See that? So it's like, when I go places and kids know when people know my kid's name and study everything about me, that's amazing to me. I never said no to any fan with any picture, no matter where we go in the world. Never said no. I don't care if I'm in my pajamas, on bathroom, wherever. You know, that's just a part of the business. Your life is an open book. You just gotta live with it. I'm just real. I just like being real, man. 100% real.
If you could break it down, what is the average rapper's contract looking like?
It depends now, because when we first came out, it was kind of like different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't give you a direct answer.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, you know, when we first came in the game, it'll be like a 3-album deal, 4-album deal. You know what I'm saying? The company will give parts of your publishing. It depends, you know what I'm saying? Because it was different for us when we came. Like, when me and Banks came out, as well as Buck, there was no really such thing as a 360 deal yet.
Right.
And then I remember when Soulja Boy, I think Soulja Boy was one of the first artists to have the 360 deal on Interscope, because I remember he had the Yums, Line, he had the album deal, the single deal, and stuff like that. So we never signed a 360 deal. So around the time when that was happening, like, we really wasn't with it. Like, giving somebody half of your publishing, giving half of your clothing, half of, you know, half of your everything now. That's why you see so many artists now, like, what's the guy named Mac Malore?
Yeah, Macklemore.
Yeah. And the list goes on and on. Tech Nine. These guys are making millions independently. You know what I'm saying? Because now with the internet, a lot of artists is getting stuff out there, getting their brands. They can sell their stuff on Instagram, sell their stuff on Twitter, and they get to their core fans. But, I mean, like I said, the average album deal, I would say back then in 203, 204 would be a 3-4 album deal. You know, and you'll get less money than you would get off of being an independent, because when you're on a major, you know, you make mainly all your money off of doing shows.
Yeah.
You know, so the record sales, you might get 25 cents off an album. If you're independent, you're looking at $2-3. You're making millions.
Right.
For yourself.
Yeah.
I believe every 100,000 is a million towards the record company. So shoot, if you sell 500,000, that's $5 million for yourself, instead of giving a bigger portion to the company.
Yeah, you spoke before about, you know, when you were young, you came out of jail, you had a lot of money. How important do you think it is for artists to have like a good team outside of the crew that they run with? Because you always hear stories of accountants sticking up artists for their money, or, you know, it seems there's always these IRS issues.
I think that's the main important thing. Like, I think it's like having a big entourage. It's like you see guys with like 30, 40 guys in the beginning. You know, I used to see Banks do it all the time. He paid for, you know, 10 guys to fly to Dubai, or, you know, 30 guys is going with him to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it gets costly, man, because you're paying for hotels, you're paying for hotel damages, dudes want to smoke in there, burn pillows. I've been on tours and seen the money that's been spent. You know, so it's like if you in this business, you want to have the best people that you could trust around you. And I would say, you know, a good 4 or 5 people, good manager, somebody that you could trust, your personal assistant, that if it goes sour, won't tell your business out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
A good driver, you know, to drive you around and make sure you're safe, and some good security. And you know, hopefully you pick the right people to manage everything for you. And like you said, right, a good accountant, because that's one of the main things. Like, you never really seen G Unit have too many tax problems amongst the crew. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't seen that in years.
Yeah.
Or really complain about too much money. You know what I mean? So we always 50. That's one thing 50 always put in our head, and that's one thing I could give him is he definitely has that business mind, and had us business mind coming into the game of, you know, as well as spending money. Because there was plenty of times where 50 like, don't spend our money. You know, we spent our money anyway. You know, 50. I give him that, man. That guy has a lot of money, but believe you me, he doesn't really spend it.
When are we going to expect your solo projects, and what kind of vibe can we be looking forward from it?
Well, I'm about to drop this project called El Chapo. That'll probably be on iTunes. I'm working with various producers. Like, I did 2 tracks with Cardo. I'm working with Nonsense. A couple of well-known producers on this one, and that should be coming soon. And you know, we just dropped The Beast and the Beauty. That's coming, and you know, Banks is dropping Cold Corner, and my El Chapo is coming real soon. Like, I'm working on it today. I got the studio in the house, so I actually work from home, you know, when I'm not in the studio in the city or Queens or wherever. Okay,
well, we're looking forward to that, man. And Tony Yayo, thank you for your time, and I hope your son gets well soon.
And I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate the love, man. I can't wait to touch down. You know, when we touch down, I get your information. We do some shows. You know, you're obliged to come through, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But Yayo, have a good day, sir.